everybody, welcome back to Meals with Marcia. Today I want to share a recipe with you, and it is called chicken casserole. I'm excited to show you this, so let's get started. Now, I have shared this a long time ago, probably like 3 years ago when I first started my YouTube channel. I shared this, but I want to go back and just do this again. That was on early on when I was doing videos, and not sure I'm a ton better at doing videos than I was back then, but anyway, I just want to share this again. This has been a family favorite for a long time. I got this from my sister-in-law way back in the day. Her name was Pam. She's married to my brother Paul, and she is actually my niece Holly, and my niece is Holly and Heather's mom. And this is such a crowd pleaser, and it's really easy to do. And I think a lot of people are doing it now, and they're calling it poppy seed chicken, and they're putting poppy seed in it. But I have never done it with poppy seed. This is just how I've always done it, just like I'm going to show you today. Like I said, I got this video already on from like 3 years back, but I just wanted to refresh it and do it again. Now, I got this big old box of Ritz crackers here. It's 18 stacks. My mama found these at the auction. She bought those for me, so I think I'm going to share some of those with some other people because there's no way I can eat 18 stacks of Ritz crackers. So I'm going to be sharing those with others. But anyway, so the first thing you need is some chicken, and I have got a couple of pounds of chicken tenders, and I have just boiled them, and I let them sit on the stove, and I got the hot water off of them, and we're going to be shredding that up. And then this is one of the few recipes where I use country crock churn style. I call it butter. I know it's not real butter, but anyway, I do use it in this recipe. You can use butter, just use softened butter if you want to. I use butter in 99% of every recipe that I do, except this one. I use country crock. I've always used that in this recipe, and it just works out. So I'm going to be making 2 pans today. The reason is I have a friend I want to be sharing this with. She's having a birthday coming up. And then I'm going to do a small one for John and I to have this week for our dinner. Now, I'm not going to be baking today. I'm just going to be assembling and then showing you what all of the ingredients are. And then I'm going to tell you how long to bake it and all that stuff. And like I said, it's not hard. This is one of the easiest things you'll ever do. The hardest part is boiling the chicken and waiting for it to cook, really, the hardest part. All right, so we're going to take the back of our spoon and we're going to put our country crock on in our pan. You just take a little like that. Doesn't have to be that much. Just want to coat the bottom of this pan with the country crock butter spread, okay? I'm going to do both of them like that. Like I said, we're going to be doing 2 separate ones because I'm making one for a friend for their birthday. My nephew, Joshua, usually likes this chicken casserole for his birthday, but his birthday's in March. But when I had talked to him about it, he was like, I want to go to the beach, and I'm trying to diet, so I don't want a chicken casserole. So I didn't make him one this year. I just got him a gift card to go, or I think I ended up sending him some money or something, so he can just go buy whatever he wants or go wherever he wants. But I usually do the chicken casserole because he likes it. So anyway, I'm going to spread this butter on the bottom of the casserole dish. This is important. This is the way I've always done it. And my mother-in-law loved this chicken casserole, and she was always like, Marcia, I don't know what you do. She said it tastes like nobody else's. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'll just stick my finger in it and it's better. I don't really know why, but because it's the simplest thing ever. And like I said, my sister-in-law Pam's the one that gave me the recipe, the general recipe. All right, now I'm going to take my chicken, and I want a chicken tender. A lot of times, and this one, they may have already removed those. Look like they have. There's usually like a little membrane things you have to pull out, but it looks like they've removed that. So I just boiled this chicken with a little water and salt on the stove. I did it slow and until it was done. And then I just let it sit over there until I was ready for it. I just put the lid on it and set it off the eye. And, you know, and we may not use all this chicken. I may be able to use it in a different recipe. I've got another recipe I want to do today, and so if I don't use all this in this recipe, I will be using it in my other one, and I'll share that with y'all too. It's a rice-a-roni 1 skillet meal. That's really good. And I don't think, well, I don't know, we'll see. Then I'll use it all. You don't want too much, but you just want it to, you know, coat the bottom of this pan, just to cover the bottom of the pan. That's all you really want with it. Okay, we'll do the same thing with this one. Just squeezing it and shredding it. Now, if you don't want to do this with your hands, you can put this in a bowl and use your mixer. A lot of people do that and shred it up. Or I've noticed those kitchen gadgets they have, like on TikTok, where you put it in there and turn it like that and it shreds the chicken. Whatever works for you, by all means, please do so. Okay? Let's see here. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to use all this chicken. I think that's all we will need. Now, normally, and I may still do it, I may just do it in the pan. That's another thing about this. You can do all this in one pan and you don't have to dirty up nothing else. Now, these are small casseroles. You can double this. You can triple it, but I'm cooking this one for me and John, and this one's going to another couple with just 2 people. So it's more than enough, okay? So what I'm going to do, I think it probably, well, maybe I can measure it out a half a cup, because this is a whole cup right here. Maybe I can measure it out without doing a measure, just cut it in half in this bowl. I should have opened my daisy before I got started. I have hurt my nail and I've got a little cover on my finger there because I'm trying to keep it dry. It's not feeling too good right now. About broke my nail back. And anyway, okay. Now, after you do that, it looks just like this in the bottom of the casserole dishes. Same thing over here. Okay. Now, I use the Morton's Season-All salt. This is my favorite seasoning salt right here. I use the Morton's brand. I've always used it. And you're just going to sprinkle that on top of the chicken. Just across the top of the chicken. Okay? It's a simple recipe, guys, I'm telling you. But it is delicious. It always turns out good. All right, and then I'm just going to cut this in half, because I'm going to do a half a cup on one and a half a cup on the other. So let's get this out. Okay, just half it up. So you need a half a cup of sour cream. I think I got a little bit too much in that. Let me get a little bit over here. All right, and then you're going to do a can of cream of chicken soup. Like I said, simple. And we're going to dump it in here. It'll come out. There we go. Make sure you get all that out. And I just got these at the dollar store. You can buy whatever brand you like. Campbell's is really good condensed. They have really good condensed soups in Campbell's. But they're not always the cheapest. When they're on sale, I do buy them because they're good. But in casseroles and stuff, you can't really tell a big difference, I don't think, in the cream of chicken soup brand. But you do what you like best. That one came out just a little easier. All right, now we're just going to take our spoon. We're going to pull up that chicken and the whole thing, and we're just going to stir it up really good, just like so. Okay. Like I said, it don't seem like a lot, but once you make a vegetable or something to go with this, it's more than enough for 2 people. More than enough. Just do that around till it's all mixed up. You want to make sure it's good and incorporated. Then you're just going to spread it right back out. And it's going to be really creamy. My mother-in-law, like I said, she loved this casserole. That's all she wanted me to make her. If we ever had a dinner, I was like, what do you want? She's like, I want chicken casserole. She loved it. And my kids love it. My husband loves it. It's a good meal. All right, so let's go to this one. Same thing. And if you need to cook up some chicken, if you're needing to cook up chicken, this is good. You can mix all this up and you could freeze. Like if I wasn't going to give this to a friend, I could freeze this without the crackers on it. Don't forget, don't put the crackers on it if you're going to freeze it. And I will not be putting the crackers on it today. I'm going to show you guys how I would do it. But the crackers get soggy. If you have to leave it in the refrigerator, it will get very soggy. So if you're wanting to freeze it, or you're going to take this to a friend to bake later, or you're prepping it to bake another day, just make sure, don't put the crackers on it yet, okay? So let's keep stirring this up till we get it all together. See if I can, yeah, there we go. It's a little bit harder to stir up in this throwaway pan. I don't know why. Maybe because it's not quite as sturdy. I don't know. It's all right either way. Okay, get it spread out really good. And I'm using my fingers, but my hands are clean. I washed them before we got started, so nobody panic. Nobody panic. All right, I'm gonna spread that back out. Smooth it out. There we go. All right, now this is what she's looking like right here. Okay, there you go. Now, if you want to, you can take a towel or a paper towel and just kind of go around the edges of this. I can take my hand and do it. Just kind of get that off. Clean it up a little bit. I'm a messy cook, guys. All right, now at this point, if we were going to cook this, I would preheat my oven to 400 degrees, okay? Have it already hot. And then I would take a sleeve of these Ritz crackers and I would press them down and I would crunch them up and I would put them all over both of these. And they would go in the oven at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. And what happens is you're going to know, and it's not hard to tell because everything's already cooked. You're just going to have to heat it through. And then the sides will be bubbly and the brown will be a little bit, you know, just a little brown on the top and the sides bubbly. Let it sit for about 5 minutes after you take it out. And then you're ready to eat, guys. And this is an amazing chicken casserole. So simple, so easy. Now, a lot of people are going to ask, well, you're not going to pour melted butter over the butter crackers. You are welcome to do that. But to me, with the butter inside of the casserole and these crackers already being buttery, you don't need the melted butter on top. But if you like that, you go ahead and you do that. You make this your own. And some people will mix this up and they will make stovetop stuffing and they will put the stuffing stuff on top and then they will bake it. And that's a good way. But this is our favorite with the Ritz crackers. This is just the original chicken casserole. And there you have it. But like I said, don't knock it till you try it. It's delicious, it's simple, but you are going to love it. Make you some cream corn, green beans, maybe a little mashed potatoes, whatever, or macaroni and cheese if you like. Whatever you like. Deviled eggs is good with this. I mean, the possibilities of the sides are endless. So there it is. Homemade, easy, quick and easy chicken casserole. And guys, if you enjoyed this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Meals with Marsha. And don't forget that everything you need and how to make this is going to be in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching. God bless, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.